Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. That one goes for 24 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Come on, let's go.
Play action. Now Wilson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Jabril Peppers, a former first-round pick, there on the coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Here we go now.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Oh, and now he bowls him over. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
On 1st down, Warren, rush coming, and he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's a give to Fournette. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That good for 19 and a 1st down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. it's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
No. Check. Patriots. Leopard. Over.
Looking to throw on second down. Warren. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. A good pickup there, a 22. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you guys didn't come out of the gate. I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Throwing on first down. Warren. And Austin Safarian-Jenkins has it. And he'll go down at the 28. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Fournette fight, and he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Extra point attempt to follow here. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Wilson. Now he'll escape to his right, and he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Let's go. Good guys, 4 down. Well.
On 2nd down, Wilson flushed out right. He lets it fly for Lockett. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, Wilson. Forced out to his left. And it's knocked away, and incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. We have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up the score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Looking to throw. Moore dumps it off to Fournette. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that.
To throw on second down. Warren. And connecting here with DJ Sharp. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Hey! 95.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Gun! Detroit! Hurry up, here we go! Boom, landed!
Fournette, a first down carry. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Back down to that Philly, here we go!
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Warren. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up 4th down. And his kick is good. The weight up now, a flag is down. If this is on the defense, they're going to get the first. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Underneath, this is Bernard. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. He drops it off for Bernard. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Wilson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now Wilson on 1st down, being chased out left. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal.
Gotta go.
They'll run here with Bernard. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Giovanni Bernard, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Sturgis adds the PAT, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
They'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him even if he has an elite defender on him because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackle. There.
3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. 1st and 10. Warren. A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch up.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles, rolling the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
Gun! 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 Gun!
On 3rd down, Warren. And he's got it. And he will get this into the end zone. For a Jaguar touchdown. DJ Chark in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. A try here for the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, the fact you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feed. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Operating from the gun, Warren. Buying time to his left. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Bobby Wagner in there to get him, and this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dime.
56. Detroit!
Back to throw. Warren. He's got the hook up to Lee. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. From the gun, Warren. And this will be incomplete.
That was very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. To throw again. Warren. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark, his second touchdown of the night. And the Jaguars add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to air one out. So they took a shot on first down. But couldn't connect. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 now. Wilson. Flush to his right. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, 14.
On first down, Wilson steps away to his left. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And an alley to run. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Jags grab it. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit And in this case, lose the football.
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
To throw on second down, Warren. He'll rifle this one deep right side, and the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Warren. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Bobby Wagner in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. And the Jaguars send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
12. Sponge. Go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Play action. It's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play that time for the Seahawks. And even 50 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now a handoff looking right. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night game, and we're still not able to run the ball the way we want to?
Yeah, this defense, they've risen to the challenge all evening long. On second down, here's Wilson. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Gotta figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. Take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. And now Jason Garrett electing for his guys to try for 2. They're going to try and run. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And it'll be a terrific return here as he gets it down all the way inside the 30.
I know the special teams coach will not permit himself a smile here, but inside, he's glowing. This is what he practices for. This is what he schemes. This is what he watches tape to put himself and his team in a position to score points. An absolute dream return.
Detroit! Detroit!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Leopard! Leopard! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Now they'll run it on the toss. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Warren. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Bobby Wagner bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight. And his kick here is good. And that will make this now a 19-point advantage. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
He's going to sling this deep, and this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Now Sturgis on to add the extra point. Sturgis for the extra point. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A very solid gain of 27. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Jadeveon Clowney. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. From the gun, Warren. Forced out to his left. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. The Jaguars on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun. Warren. The open man is Shark. It's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark. Chark, 41 yards. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. Point after, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Miles Jack in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Tempo, tempo. Shotgun.
To throw is Wilson. Looking to throw on second down. He lets it fly for Lockett. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And the Seahawks on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They go play action now. Wilson looking deep downfield. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
12.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
On 1st down, Warren. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Dancing to his left. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Now it's Wilson being chased out left. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. Buying time to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Wilson. Steps away to his left. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Forced out to his left. That is caught inside the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They'll still have a 3rd and goal now despite picking up 13 yards on that pass play. Here's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
And Sturgis able to knock it through, and that'll get the deficit back to 16. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
No. Check. Patriot. All right, now, lucky 56.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Warren. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in. You also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 24. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
All right, now, lucky 56.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. That one looks like he'll throw here. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Set. Blue 90.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Jacksonville,